So, good morning, everybody. It is Monday, January 8th, 2024. And it is a good morning. And the reason it is a good morning is because I am alive. And that is how we should start our days. We wake up in the morning and we be grateful that we are still breathing, still alive. Because each day that we are given is precious. If we remind ourselves when we wake up in the morning that our time is short, that is, it is impermanent, which means that it's short. So every day that we wake up is a gift. And as such, what we do with that gift is important, because what we do with that gift will decide on what our memory becomes, or I should say, what the memory of us becomes. Now, the majority of us, the memory of us will be on a small scale, friends and family. And that is the only thing that is immortal about us. The only thing that is immortal about us is the memory of us. Our physical existence is short. Memento mori. Remember, you must die. However, we do achieve immortality. And we achieve immortality through the memory of us. So each day that we are gifted is an opportunity for us to make the memory of us a good memory and not a painful memory. So often in life, many of us do not think about the memory of us. As such, many of us leave behind the memory of us that is wrought with distress and pain for those that love us. We don't think about the memory that is left when our physical body no longer exists. And it's simply because we're just not aware. We are not taught at any time in our life to think about the memory of us. And if we ever are taught, or if we ever learn to think about the memory of us, it's usually after we have brought damage to our loved one, our family, and our friends, and our small little social circle. I have always been aware of the memory of me. That is why I began studying philosophy and psychology at the age of 8. Because at the age of 8, I realized the memory of me was not going to be any better for the people around me if I did not begin to change. In the process was slow, and the journey was long because even though I was aware of the memory of me, I didn't always make the best decision of how I act and or reacted with my loved ones. And so as a result, I know of at least two people that have passed away without the memory of me being changed for the better. There's nothing I can do about that. I can't raise them from the dead and spend the next 5, 10 years showing them who I've become. That is something that I have to accept. That is out of my control. And there are other people that were a part of my my inner circle as it was, as so to speak. You know, that are still alive, but but their memory of me is not good, and they just we are not a part of each other's lives anymore. And so they will not see the person that I became. The memories of me that they have will not be softened by the memory of me now. And that is something I have to accept. That is something that is out of my control. I cannot suddenly force my way back into their life and force them to see the person I have become. The time for me making the memory of me for them good has passed. That is out of my control, and I accept that. And all that I can do is people that are still in my life, I can make the memory of me good. And I can make the memory of me good for new people that come into my life. And that's all I can do. And I accept that. We have to accept that. And if you are watching this video, if you're listening to this podcast, whatever you want to call it, I haven't quite figured out what in the world to call these anymore because now you can have a video podcast. So now a podcast doesn't have to be just audio. So now this becomes a podcast, whether it's video or audio, it becomes a podcast. So for right now, until I am more comfortable, I'll keep going back and forth between video, podcast, and then at some point it will just be a podcast, and then it'll be a podcast, and that's it. That's what it is. It's a podcast these days. Uh, so yes, w- when you wake up in the morning, be grateful that you have been given another day and regard it as a gift. So when you wake up in the morning, do not just see it as another morning. See it as a gift. If it helps, imagine it's Christmas morning. It's your young child waking up on Christmas morning to see all the gifts under the tree and happy and gleeful you are as you start ripping through the gifts that are tagged with your name on it and how happy and gleeful you are. Every morning you wake up, imagine that and rip open the day with happiness and glee because of this beautiful gift you have been given. Then let your intention be the memory of me will be good. And every day, be aware of the memory of you. So live every day how you want the memory of you to be. Because in the end, the memory of us is the only thing that is immortal. The memory of us is the only thing that will live beyond our physical existence. When we die, the memory of us is what lives on. So be aware every day of the memory of you and make the memory of you what you want it to be. Mm. So that is today's message. Every day, be aware of the memory of you. And every day, make a conscious effort to make the memory of you what you want it to be. Do not let any external forces or influences determine the memory of you. You determine the memory of you. And you take the steps that will ensure the memory of you is what you want it to be. Mwah. Peace, love, and rock and roll, y'all.